Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and today I'm doing a discussion for the solo variant of Solar Titans. This was a game that I don't even remember how I came across it, or how I came to back it. Like, it must have been a fever dream where I was just backing random stuff, and I remember this was being, like, sold extremely cheap, and it had deck building and tableau, or engine building, or tableau building, I guess. And I was like, ooh, keyword. So I backed it. And found out it had a solar variant. So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll give it a shot. This is kind of like, to me, it struck me as a 1v1 ship battling thing. And I gotta say, I am very surprised with the solar variant. Because it's pretty well done for a deck building tableau thing. Now, I haven't played a lot of those kinds of games. I mean, I've played solo deck builders, but to manage a tableau and have it be a 1v1, like you're battling another AI, it was pretty seamless. Like, it worked very well. So in Solar Titans, you're doing your standard deck building. You have the starting 10 cards, draw 5, you discard your whole hand and draw them back up. But you pick a ship layout, and I just picked Nebula 2 just because that's the first one I saw. And I set it up, and as over the course of the game, you're modifying your ship. You're putting in shielding to protect you from attacks. You're putting in new weapons to try and attack, and it is all kind of like row and column oriented with basically all the ways to attack. And in the solo variant, you set up an automa. I can't remember if they actually gave it a name. I know they gave it like a theme. There's a theme to it, but I think it's just Automata. The Automata Titan Cruiser, a rogue sentient ship that siphons the galactic market and threatens to dominate the Orion Centauri system. Make a last stand with your solo capital ship, or call for reinforcements with a 2-player co-op mode. So it's also co-op. I forgot about that, but this is only for the solo. But yeah, so you set it up in a kind of basic, way that the rules have it, and you play the game. Now, the way the AI works is it kind of runs off of the market deck. So the market deck has different types of cards. Obviously, it has weapon cards, it has shield cards, it has crew cards, and it has non-ship cards. Basically, boarding boarding pods. And whenever you're playing the game kind of like normal, draw your hand of 5, play them, buy parts, put them in your ship. Oh God. And then try and destroy the Automa's command deck. That's actually how you lose in a regular game, is when your command deck is destroyed, then your ship kind of blows up, or it blows up and you jettison out. That's your goal against the Automata. And whenever they go, I thought it was kind of weird at first, because really all you do is you draw the top card of the AI deck, and if it's a shield card, then it's going to basically repair its ship, and if it's an attack card, it's going to attack with all of its missiles. And then after the attack card goes, it's going to try and upgrade its weapons. And that's it. Like, that's really it. But like, whenever you're playing, you're actually like playing the game, and you're strategizing, and you're looking at what the Automa is going to do. You're going to be like, okay, it didn't draw an attack, so I think I can hold on to my arm cards because it's not going to attack, so I don't need to disable any of its weapons. And I think that's really cool. If you can see what it's going to do, and you're like, okay, but if I don't attack right now and just disable that ship, then it's just going to repair that side to where I can't get to its weapons. And there's really only 2 types of cards in the deck. Like, there's ship cards or shield cards, and there's weapon cards. There's a few that aren't. So it's like the chances of it attacking again is high, but also the chances of it repairing itself is high, and I just did all that damage. I will say the solo variant is kind of a war of attrition kind of thing. So there are a lot of you're attacking just to have it undone. But if you didn't attack, then you were going to take damage. So it kind of has a little bit of a back and forth element, and it's kind of like, at least in the standard Automata setup, it is kind of until you get your deck going. Like this game that I just played, it was a matter of I needed to wait for certain cards to come out, because it's like the way this ship is laid out. Yeah, you can go straight down the middle. That's going to be your easiest way, theoretically, because a lot of the weapons are forward-facing. Like, they just attack, the first thing in a column. And he has the targeting bay and the crew quarters, and once those are destroyed, they get replaced immediately with another part. But that's where you're trying to go down. But the other thing is whenever he does repair, he always kind of targets the middle as well, which is what you would do. It's not like the AI is dumb, and it's like, I'm going to repair the side, even though I have no shielding of my command center or command deck. But it will, if you don't get it, like if you're doing one arm card and you're just attacking and you destroy the first thing, but it's going to repair next time, that's the first. So you basically didn't do anything. But I do like the fact that you get to see what it is doing. You'll sit there and be like, okay, it is going to repair. Well, I only have one arm attack card, so there's no point. It's not attacking. I don't need to destroy a ship, so I think I'll actually reserve this until I can start getting more mercenary crews into my deck and hopefully get a hand of like 4 or 5 ways to attack with all my lasers, and then just fire straight down the middle. And there are other types of attacking, like the basic ones are the ones that's just going to hit the first thing in the column. There's Pierce cards, though, that you can attack and it will actually do excess damage, so there's ways for you to destroy more than one card down a column. The way that I actually won was, you do obviously game the AI like you do. You have to figure out kind of what it's doing. Eventually, I was able to destroy a lot of cards on the side, and then bide my time and wait till I had 4 mercenary... Or no, actually I had 5. I had 5 because it just repaired and replaced its gun. So I spent 1 of them to ping the gun, which destroyed it, and then I spent 4 to use my relic missiles, and the relic missiles need extra cards to attack, and they attack from the side. So that's how I was able to destroy the command deck. But I think that's really cool. You have to actually look at what it's doing, even though it's only going to do 2 things, and then play your strategy. Like, I felt that if that's what a regular person was doing, like an actual human player, and they were just leaving their side open thinking, well, he only has 1 relic missile, like, and you need 2 of them, like, you can run that risk. I think that's really neat. And if that was it, like, if that was just the solo variant, I'd be like, okay, that was nice. It is a little long, kind of, for what it is. Like, not too long. It's not like, but there was a couple moments where I was like, all right, I'm ready to kind of just call it, because it is taking a little bit. But around that point is whenever it ended, and I think that might strike a good balance. The other way, so you lose, obviously, if it destroys your command deck. And you also lose if the market deck runs out, because that's what it goes off of. So basically, if you just take too long, then you just lose. And it is kind of a beat your own high score in a way. Like, what's neat is I know some people in the solo community don't like high score, variants. I do. I like to kind of just play the game and be like, oh, how well did I do? But it does a little bit of both. Obviously, you have a goal to do, but then you check your score, and they have 20 points for each AI card, which I'll talk about that in a sec, and then you get 20 points if you fight a hard AI, which there's 3 of, and then you get 1 point for each unused repair which you have 5 of, and then you get 1 point for each face down card in the main discard pile. So obviously, the harder the challenge is, and the faster you do it, the better score you're going to get. And I like that. I did not do well, but I won. I mean, so I'll take that. Moral victory. So the AI cards. This is actually really neat, and I think some games could. I mean, some games do kind of do it, but this one was a little bit more thematic. So whenever you're setting up for the automata, you have these 6. Yeah, you have 6 AI cards, and you just shuffle them and you place one out. But if you want a harder challenge, you place a second one out, and it stops there. You can only ever have a max of 2. And basically, these prevent the AI from having a dead turn. Like, there's no real dead turns. It's either going to repair, it's going to attack, or if it happens to draw a card that isn't a repair or attack card, it's going to pop off its AI card and then draw again. So it's not like, oh, it does that instead. No, it'll draw again until it is going to repair or attack. And they're not nice. The one I just played against was extremely annoying. And these don't go off all the time, which is nice. There's not that many in the market deck that aren't non-ship cards. But like this one was Ship Siphon. The Automa swaps its lowest cost enabled ship plate with a player's highest cost ship plate. So, like, if I have this ship plate that cost 5 and it has one that costs 2, it swaps them. And it's like, that sucks. that really sucks. And there's really nothing you can do about it. Some people might not like the fact that you have no idea when those are going to go off, but whenever it did happen, I was like, oh god, this thing is a pain in the ass. But it wasn't the end of the world. And they have a bunch of other ones. Whenever Automata ends its attack phase without disabling any ship cards, Automata takes the highest cost ship weapon on the market row as an upgrade. Rapid Adaptation gets more upgrades. When Automata ends its attack phase with 2+ ship weapons, remove 1 hauling crew and mercenary crew from the market permanently. Those are your standard deck building things, like ways to attack more and ways to buy more. And so what you do is you take those and you just shuffle them, add 1 or 2 if you're feeling a little frisky, and good luck. And not only that, so that would get you 40 points if you won. Not only that, you can face off against one of the 3 hard automata ships, which have just different bonuses and just different ways of like their layout. And it also mentions like their priority and stuff, so kind of how they focus on ordering. It's yeah, I mean these are brutal. Like the monolith. And I really like this. I actually think this is cool. I'd like to see more of these. I like the fact that you, like the monolith, it has, like, up here how the layout is. And the good news is it's always, well, for the most part, it's with the standard setup. But monolith bonus, immune to flanking attacks until it loses 1 of its crew quarters, which it has 2 of. So, which are, of course, in the middle. So you have to try and, laser down, destroy 1 of its crew quarters, and then, hey, now you can be flanked. Otherwise, you can't. I think that's neat. There could be more of those. 3 is nice. They are hard, but I like the idea of having more ships to go up against. I have no idea if this game is getting expansions. I don't really have any idea how well it did. I don't even know the company. It's not even on here. Weird. Oh, Sunny Side Up Games. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, like, I don't really have many negatives, like, with the AI. Like, it's, whenever ties are broken, it's also pretty, oh, I do have 1 negative, actually, I just thought of it. But whenever you're determining ties, like, for repairing, it's go down the middle first, and left to back, left to right, back to front. And then when you're repairing or replacing weapons, it's replace a weapon that's on the immediate left or right of the command center or the command deck, and then if there's none destroyed, replace the lowest cost one. But here's my kind of negative is you're seeing half of the AI ship. It's weirdly a table hog, and I know why they did it, and it makes sense. But it's for a game that is only cards, like it's literally only cards. It takes up a lot of table space. And the reason why is because when you set up the automata, you build the ship to have it actually face you because of the tie-breaking priority, and left to right, back to front, and kind of how you're gonna attack. Like theoretically, I guess you could have it next to you and just be like, okay, you kind of have to loop around. I'm attacking the top target, so okay, it's just the first card in a column, so you just kind of like determine how that's going. But based off the rules, it tells you to have them face you, so you kind of have like this long ship that's kind of like I had to get up a few times just to flip cards, and that was just kind of a little awkward. Not game breaking or anything, just something to keep in mind if you're trying to play and you're like, I don't have that big of a table. Other than that, like it's good. It's good. I had a good time, and it was challenging, and it was a little bit long, but not overly long. And if they make expansions, I'd like to see more ships, see more AI cards, obviously see more different types of cards in the market. Yeah, I think they have something really, really cool here. I don't see a lot of games that are like this, especially something that's like about tableau shipbuilding. That's neat, and it worked really well. So on the scale of 1 to 10 for the solo variant of Solar Titans, I'm gonna give it a very solid 7. 7 out of 10 for me. Really good. I'd recommend it, so definitely check it out. And that is my thoughts on Solar Titans, the Solar variant specifically. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.